Guys, welcome back to my channel. Another month has bitten the dust. We all know how fast it goes. School is starting in a week for us, and I cannot believe that summer is officially over. I wax poetic about this every month, I feel like. But I'm here to share my favorites. Now, this is gonna be a little bit shorter than normal. I feel like last month was kind of the same way, where I didn't have a ton of favorites. And again, I don't come on and just make things up just for the sake of showing y'all. But I do have some things that I have discovered maybe later in the month of July. And I'm doing separate videos of application for those products. So I'm gonna have a couple videos coming up in August where I'm showing things that I have been loving, but I wanna show you how I apply them. And because it wasn't for the whole month of July, I'm not including them in this video. So I really have like 5 or 6 things total. Some hair, 1 fragrance, a couple makeup, and 1 food item. So let's go ahead and jump in with the 2 makeup products that I'm going to talk about. One of which is an eyeshadow palette. I am not buying a lot of eyeshadow palettes lately. Really, eyeshadow products in general, I just feel like I have way more than I need. I honestly need to declutter some of them, give them away, put them on my blog sale, do something, because I just have so much that is not being used. And I didn't technically buy this. I used my Ulta points for it. But I was just really intrigued by these new eyeshadow palettes that came out from MAC. And you can't use your pro discount on them yet. So I was like, you know what? I am going to just use my Ulta points and get it for free. So I got the Connect and Color eyeshadow palette in Unfiltered Nudes, which is the last one that I needed, because let's be real, I have all of these colors 18 times over, but I honestly have been missing MAC shadows lately. They were just some of the very first ones I fell in love with, and I really like the color story of this palette, because who doesn't love a good neutral eyeshadow palette? I have been using this a lot lately. There is going to be a video where I do like a most worn look lately in a couple of weeks, and this palette will be included in that. And a totally different look than I have on now, but I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. And it's just got a very nice mix of, you guessed it, nude shades. It has 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. I really appreciate when a palette either has a little more mattes than they do shimmers, or at least equal. It's hard for me to keep reaching for a palette that has more shimmers than mattes. And this obviously has equal of both. Love the color story. These are some that I haven't heard of before, and some that have been in the collection of MAC for years and years, like Wedge, Uninterrupted, which has always been a favorite color of mine from their shadows. Satin Taupe, right up here, which is also a classic, and then some new ones thrown in. So I just really like this. They have these bigger palettes which have 12 shades. They also have 6 pan palettes, and I think they have I don't remember exactly what color it is called, but it's like one of the burgundy 6 pan palettes that I'm also have my eyes on. But I just really like this. It's good for travel because you can get umpteen different looks with it, but they're all gonna be neutral. You don't really have to worry about it matching whatever lipstick or blush or even clothes that you're wearing. So really like that palette. And then these are a couple of drugstore products that I picked up, and I had first gotten this one shade. This is and I think these are fairly new, at least I have not seen them before I bought it, but this is the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. Now, if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, you know I absolutely adore the Essence Pure Nude highlighter that comes in this exact packaging. And when I saw this baked blush, I was like, oh wow, I've got to try this. This is the shade Cool Coral, number 7. And to me, this is not coral. To me, this is pink, at least to my eye. They have 8 shades total. And I did look at some in the store when I went to purchase the second color that I'll show you in just a minute. And I don't think all of them are necessarily shiny, at least not as much as this one and the other color. So let me swatch this. This is Cool Coral. Now, they are baked blushes, so they are going to have a little bit of a sheen to them. I just feel like I saw a couple of other shades that didn't look to have as much sheen as this one and the next one does. So that's Cool Coral. It looks a little bit more coral swatched than it does in the pan, but it's still a little bit more pink than the next one, which I went in store to get and it's pretty peach. And this is what I have on my cheeks today. And you can see it just has that really pretty sheen to it. I also have a highlighter on, but you can still see, I think, the blush sheen. And you can definitely see the difference of the two when I swatch. So that's the peach and that's the coral. So you can see when it's up against each other, the coral does look a little bit more pink. I really like these. They're $5.99, which is actually a little bit on the higher side for Essence. Typically they're $4.99 and below, but still $5.99. That's a lot of product in this blush. It has, I don't know. Why isn't it on here? Maybe I just can't see. Oh, it's on the front. It has 7 grams of product in it. So really good drugstore find. If you're in the market for a new blush or just want something with just a little bit of a sheen to it and really perks your cheeks up, I really like those. Now let's talk about a couple of hair products that I really have been enjoying. I am constantly trying out new shampoos and conditioners and styling products or oils and just all the stuff because I am on a constant search for the next best thing for my hair. I struggle with my hair. It's fine. It is thin and I just don't have a ton of it, and I really want to make it look as good as possible for as long as possible. And Moroccanoil sent over a nice big PR package that had a lot of good stuff in it, and I haven't had a chance to try all of it yet. I've tried the majority of it, and honestly there's not anything in it that I did not like, but the standouts to me as far as hair, now they had a body oil and a body lotion that they sent, and I have really been liking that as well. But the hydration or the hydrating shampoo and conditioner, I have been loving. There's just something about this that I don't feel like my hair falls out as much as it can with some other shampoos and conditioners. I get, like I just washed my hair last night. I wash it every 3 days. And I don't know, there's just like a really pretty sway to it that I don't always get with other products. And they smell good. Moroccanoil has a great scent to them. They're sulfate, phosphate, paraben free, color safe. I just really have been liking this. Not too heavy at all for someone with fine and limp hair. Sometimes when I see hydrating on a hair product, I get a little iffy about whether or not it's going to be too heavy on my hair, and I do not feel that way at all with these two products. Now, another product that I have been using with it is something that I honestly did not even give a chance to, and I'm so glad that I did, and it's because it's a treatment. And it is an oil treatment. And again, I'm like, no, there's no way that's going to work for my hair. It's going to make it way too heavy. But this specifically says for fine or light colored hair. And it is in light. This is the Moroccanoil treatment. That's all it says. Just treatment. It is comprised of a lot of argan oil, which says it immediately enhances manageability, shine, and delivers long-term conditioning without leaving residue. And I cannot agree with that more. There is no heaviness, again, no residue. It is a dream to brush through my wet hair with my wet brush when I have this in it. So I just take like a pump and a half, really rub it in my hands, and I don't put it directly on my scalp, but I do start up here and put it all through my hair and brush through it, and then I will go to blow dry it, and I don't know. It's just, I do feel like it's a little bit shinier. And again, it just has a movement to it that I don't always get. So I have really been loving that. So yay for Moroccanoil. And you can use my 15% off code with Dermstore to get that discount on the Moroccanoil line. So I will have that down below as well. Now let's talk about fragrance. If you didn't see my last perfume haul for July, definitely check that out. I will put a card up for that. It is comprised of all of the perfumes that I wore in July. Really, I really rotated through them a lot. However, I will go onto my Fragrantica account and I try every day to record what I wear that day. And that's just for my purposes to be able to go back in a month and see what I recorded the most. And it was actually this decant of Matière Premier French Flower. And I haven't put this on today yet because I wanted to wait for the video. But oh my word. I've talked about this before in, I think, some, oh my goodness, lives with Abby. But this has become my favorite tuberose in my entire collection. So much so that I have purchased the full-size bottle. I got it from Twisted Lily. It hasn't come in yet. It has shipped. I can't wait. It'll be my first full-size Matière Premier, but not my last, because I also really love Parisian Musk. I have tried Enceinte Suave, which so many people love, but I just couldn't get on with that one for some reason. But Parisian Musk will be my next full-size bottle. But this one is pear, ginger, tuberose, orange blossom, Chinese tea, and ambroxan. And I think I love the combination of tuberose and ginger. It is also in my L'Interdit Rouge from Givenchy, which is one of my very favorite scents in my collection. And there's something about that combination that really suits my skin chemistry and my nose in general. I just absolutely love it. This is a tuberose white floral fragrance, but it is also very creamy. It is a little bit more heady than Love Tuberose from Amouage, but it's in that same line of like creaminess it's not indolic. It doesn't knock you down. It's not screechy like some tuberoses can be. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I believe Matière Premier, they grow their own tuberoses and use only what they grow, which I love. Now, I will tell you what I also love doing, and I've talked about this too. The Kiss Delicia de Marshmallow, which I think was in my last month's favorites. What I will do is I will put typically a stronger floral scent on, which I totally love wearing this by itself, but taking this and doing one spray on each arm in conjunction with French flower is probably my favorite layering combination of all time. It lasts all day. It makes it a little sweeter. It amps up the creaminess. It's just so good. So if you are a white floral person, please check that out. I said I only had 2 makeup things. I don't. How I missed this huge stack of things on my table, I have no idea. The lip combination that I have on today, can we please talk about it? If you don't follow me on Instagram, you may have missed my reel that I did when I got this lovely PR package from Lawless. But they sent over all of their brand new Forget the Filler satin lipsticks, as well as their liners. So I will put up a picture real quick if you want to pause of all the swatches that I did on Instagram of both the liners, which there are 9 total shades for those, which most of them are more nude and neutral, and then there is a really pretty pop of red. And the same goes for the lipsticks that are predominantly nude and neutral, couple of pinks, and then a really pretty red. There is one called Tropic, as you'll see in the picture, that is like this really pretty bright orange. The combination that I have on my lips today is the Velvet Peach lip liner. How pretty that is. With the lipstick in Annie, which is definitely nude, but it is more on the peach nude. And then I did top with a little bit of a gloss, because y'all know me, I love a gloss. But these colors are right up my alley. The formulas are fabulous. I love how they work together. I love how they work separately. I have said so many times in the past, because I feel like every month for the past, I don't know, 6 months, there's been something Lawless in my favorites. They are just putting out so many fabulous launches, and these lipsticks and lip liners are just as fabulous and definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend them. Now, I only have one other thing, and this is a random food product. Y'all know I like to come on and tell you about what I found that I like to eat lately. The last month, I think I told y'all about my Ninja Creamy. This month, I'm going to talk about something that I saw on, I think it was Instagram. I think it was a sponsored post. I'm a consumer. I get sucked in. This is called Oats Overnight. Okay. Little packets. If you're on Instagram, you have probably seen this pop up in some kind of sponsored content. But what this is a mixture of gluten-free oats. It has some kind of protein blend. Now, I got the plant-based variety pack. That's what I started out with. So with the plant-based, it's a pea protein and fava bean protein isolates. They usually have chia seeds. Like this has maple sugar to give it a little bit of sweetness. It has flaxseed, cacao nibs, hemp hearts, monk fruit as a sweetener. And what you do, now this is technically, they send like a shaker bottle with it. And you're supposed to put it in the shaker bottle and add 8 ounces of your milk of choice. We usually only either have cashew or almond in the house. I'll put that and then shake it up and put it in the refrigerator overnight and drink it the next day. I am not a fan of drinking my meals. Really not at all. So they have an extra little instruction here that says that if you want to enjoy it in a bowl, you mix it with 4 ounces of milk instead of 8. Don't use water. They specifically say not to use water, and then chill it in the fridge overnight. And it almost is the consistency of like chia pudding. If you've ever made with chia seeds and almond milk, how it gets that like thick consistency. I love these. I have eaten them every day for breakfast for the past couple of weeks. If I'm home and not traveling, I will stick it in the night before, and then I'll cut up some strawberries or some blueberries and put some granola or some extra hemp hearts or something on top. And it is a quick breakfast. It's filling because it has 20 grams of protein in it. There's nothing bad in the ingredient list, and they have so many flavors. Now, they don't have as many plant-based flavors as they do regular. I think they just use whey protein. I've tried a couple of those as well, and they're very good. And I actually got on their subscription where they send it out every, I don't know how often it is, maybe once a month. I actually just had them ship it earlier because I'm running out. And you can pick and choose the flavors. And I picked a lot more of the whey protein flavors because they have so many, and I can't wait to try them all. But my favorite of the plant-based is the blueberry cobbler and then the banana bread. This one is the peanut butter cookie dough cacao crunch, which is also really good. There wasn't a bad one. I think the only one I didn't love but ate was the maple pancakes. But I just wanted to share it with y'all because if you are busy, who isn't? Whether you have kids or not and you're trying to get them ready for school, since that's starting soon, or if you are just getting up and have to get out the door for a job, we're all busy. And this is a great way to have a super filling, protein-packed breakfast that's basically made for you when you wake up in the morning. So I had to share that because again, I have been loving it. So I will have everything listed and linked down below per usual, and any discount codes that are attributed to them, I will also have linked. Let me know what your favorites were in the month of July. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.